Hello everybody, welcome back to Planet X News. It is April 20th, 2017. Today, I want to show you some footage from the SDO, the Solar Dynamic Observatory in space, that directly monitors the sun in several different colored filters. Now, I like using this purple filter because it allows me to see things more clearly and defined on the sun. Now, over the course of the past 7 days, as you can see, there was a very large coronal hole in the middle of the sun that is now turning away from Earth. This was directly attributed to several magnitude 6 and above earthquakes on planet Earth. And once again, ladies and gentlemen, something is disturbing the sun greatly. You can see a very, very large coronal hole to the left that will be turning towards Earth within the next 48 hours. This will directly affect our planet for probably a period of 7 days. This will increase the earthquakes on this planet. But something that is absolutely alarming, and yes, you are seeing the sun shaking back and forth in this 48-hour loop. This is from April 18th through the morning of the 20th. Now, I did show this video yesterday in a short video about the sun, showing you different views of what is happening. At that point in time, it was not shaking. Now, we've seen this time and time again. There are two things that possibly may be happening: a repositioning of this observatory spacecraft, or something is jolting the sun. Now, even though you are seeing this in a sped up 48-hour loop, it makes the sun look like it's jumping around violently in this 48-hour loop. If this is the case, this would be happening slowly over this 48-hour period, being captured by the Solar Dynamic Observatory. So it's just looking very well defined when you're looking at this loop. I'm not too worried about that. What I want to point out to you is something that I've never seen before. I'm going to stop this for just one moment. I want you to pay very close attention. Follow my cursor. The corona of the sun is very, very prominent on this side. Less prominent on this side. Ladies and gentlemen, this is where our sunlight comes from. This beautiful corona. As you can see, we've been monitoring the size of this corona for 9 months now. Our theories and the evidence and the data are showing us that the corona has decreased, disintegrated, degraded on our sun. Now, some will tell you that that is an absolute lie, but facts are facts. And we've gone over this with the physicist many times, and she has written very critical papers pertaining to what you're seeing. We have two very large sunspots that were actually showing up on the sun, I think probably more than 10 days ago, possibly 2 weeks ago. They have actually moved back around, and they are very, very large. They have actually increased in size. Now, over in this area here, you're going to see a lot of filament action. Multiple filaments exploding from these sunspots. But once again, this is not what I want you to pay attention to. I don't want you to pay attention to the sun jolting back and forth. I want you to pay very close attention to the corona, because what you're about to see is something that I have never seen before, and I monitor the SDO 3 times per day for a very, very long time. I know what I'm looking at. You're going to see something that looks like a blowback. It's almost like a massive source of energy that impacts the sun from this left side, literally blowing back the corona. It's absolutely amazing. I don't know exactly what caused that. But ladies and gentlemen, after all of these years of monitoring the sun and looking at this footage day in and day out, I have never in my life seen anything like this. Now, naturally, we can't see anything that is over in this area, but something had to exert a massive amount of force in order to blow back the corona. And you're going to see it. Now, yesterday, I recorded this footage before the jolting back and forth of the sun. And you can clearly see this whole area of the corona blow back directly towards the surface of the sun. And also pay very close attention to all of the filaments exploding from these two massive sunspots. Ladies and gentlemen, the course of the next 10 days, I believe, is going to be very, very critical on our planet, especially if you live in any type of earthquake zone or volcanic zone. Now watch very clearly. You see that right there. Very carefully. Just pay attention to this area. And you're going to see, once the sun starts jolting around, you'll see this blowback. Again, I don't know what caused this. At the end of this video, I'm going to load the footage from yesterday so you can see it more clearly and you don't see the sun jolting around. Now, this jolting around seems to have occurred yesterday sometime. Again, this could be the repositioning of the camera on the SDO observatory craft, or something is interfering with the sun with tremendous force. And now I'm starting to lean towards the tremendous force because of this massive blowback of the corona right here on the left side. And if you watch very carefully, you will see it. In this video, it's not that prominent. I believe that they may have edited this slightly, but I actually have the footage from yesterday that shows this incredible amount of force blowing back from the left to the right, impacting the sun. Now, it wasn't an asteroid or a meteor that hit the sun, because it would never cause that type of situation. But again, looking over in this area at these sunspots, massive, massive filaments rising tens of thousands of miles off of the surface of the sun. Once again, viewing the top of the sun, the massive coronal hole in the northern hemisphere of the sun, once again growing. And we did have a very, very large coronal hole at the base of the sun. It is now turning away from us, but it's something that we really shouldn't worry about. The coronal holes in the center of our sun, these coronal holes are what affect our planet. And you can guarantee in the course of the next 7 to 10 days, you will see more and more increased earthquake activity on this planet. And something else that's very alarming, these earthquakes and the magnitude of these earthquakes are being downgraded severely, and there is a very large portion of these earthquakes that are not being reported. Just the other day, it was uncovered that there were 3 magnitude 7 and above earthquakes in the Pacific Ocean that were not recorded and not reported at all. And that would be very, very critical. But the area that these earthquakes occurred in the Pacific Ocean, well, no harm done. No harm, no foul. But if something would have occurred with these earthquakes producing massive tsunamis that would have moved inland, wiping out villages, towns, cities, and people, that would have been a travesty. And ladies and gentlemen, there is a ton of information around this globe that is being held back from all of us. I urge you to please stay tuned to the Nibiru channel and Planet X News, because today we're not holding anything back. We're going to be coming out with a lot of information. We have a report from our physicist, and over the course of the next week, she's going to be spending a lot more time with us. She is actually on vacation, and she deserves one. But she's going to be utilizing her vacation to continue in-depth reports on what is happening. Now, she's just written 2 reports over the course of the last 72 hours, and we're going to be going over those as soon as we can schedule some time to bring her back on. Ladies and gentlemen, the time is coming now. I want you to share this video and all of our videos on Facebook and Twitter. Get people talking about what is happening. If you are watching my channel, then you know what is happening. And we have to bring ourselves straight up in front of everyone, and we have to make them understand our planet is under siege right now. There is absolutely no doubt. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Scott from Planet X News. Thank you very much for watching, and stay tuned.
Vehicle and any personnel around you see.